My name is Aulia Siwi Wahyuningrum, absent 11, class 9G. Now, I want to tell you a story about the three little pigs and the bad wolf. Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had three little pigs and not enough food to feed them. So, when they were old enough, she sent them into the world to seek their fortunes. The first little pig was very lazy. He didn't want to work at all, so he built his house out of straw. The second little pig is worked a little bit harder, but he's somewhat lazy too, so he built his house out of stick. And then they sang, they play, and sing together the rest of the day. The third little pig worked hard all day, and he built his house with bricks. It was a sturdy house with fireplace and chimney. It looked like it could withstand the strongest wind. The next day, a wolf happened to pass by the lane where the three little pigs lived, and he saw the straw house, and he smelled the pig inside. He thought the pig would make a mighty fine meal, and his mouth began to water. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf pig paws through the keyhole, so he answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." Then the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf opened his jaws very wide and bit down as hard as he could. And the first little pig escaped and ran away to hide with the second little pig. The wolf continued down by the lane, and he passed by the second house made of stick. He saw the house, and he smelled the pig inside. His mouth began to water as he thought about the fine dinner they would make. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf pointy ears through the keyhole, so he answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." Then the wolf showed his teeth and said, "There I huff, and I puff, and I blow your house down." So he huffed, he puffed, and he blew the house down. The wolf was greedy and tried to catch both pigs at once, but he got neither. His big jaws clamped down on nothing but air, and the two little pigs scrambled away as fast as their little hoofs would carry them. The wolf chased them down the lane, and he almost caught them, but they made it to the brick house and slammed the door closed before the wolf could catch them. The three little pigs were very frightened. They knew the wolf wanted to eat them, and that was very, very true. The wolf hadn't eaten all day, and he had worked up a large appetite chasing the pigs around, and now he could smell all three of them inside, and he knew the three little pigs would make a lovely feast. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf's narrow eyes through the keyhole, so he answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." Then the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I huff, and I puff, and I blow your house down." Well, he huffed and he puffed, he puffed and he huffed, and he huffed, and he puffed, but he could not blow the house down. At last, he was so out of breath that he couldn't huff and he couldn't puff any more. So He stopped to rest and talk a bit. But this was too much. The wolf danced about with rage and swore he would come down the chimney and eat up the little pig for his supper. But while he was climbing onto the roof, the little pig made up a blazing fire and put on a big pot full of water to boil. Then, just as the wolf was coming down the chimney, the little pig pulled off the lid, and plop! In fell the wolf into the scalding water. So the little pig put on the cover again, pulled the wolf up, and the three little pig ate him for supper. Thank you for watching my video and listening to my story. Please subscribe this channel and like this video and share and comment.